What is your greatest fear? Right now, in this moment, what is your greatest fear? Because I know right now, a lot of us are scared. We're scared about what's going to happen tomorrow. We're scared about the election. We're scared about getting sick. We're scared about what's going to happen to our job, what's going to happen to our family's health, what's going to happen with the economy, with the world in general. There's so many things to be scared for right now. And I get that 100%. I've been there too. I've been there through the worry, been there through the sleepless nights. I've had a panic attack before. I've been there. But guys, we cannot live in fear anymore. Because after we're done being scared of something in the moment, in the present time, it turns and we continue to worry about similar things or the same thing that hasn't even happened yet for the future, it turns into anxiety. And anxiety turns into a pattern, and that pattern turns into an anxiety disorder. And I'm a psych major, and in one of my classes today, we just got done studying anxiety disorders and the difference between fear and anxiety. And fear is worried about something in that moment, and you want to get away from it, and you can most of the time, and then being in a state of anxiety or having anxiety, it is prolonged fear, which means you fear something that hasn't even happened yet. So they are very intimately related, and they're very similar. That's why you could beat them both in very similar ways. And if we don't beat them, it's gonna be bad. Not only will we get a disorder of anxiety and chronic, worry, that will affect your body. That'll change how your brain thinks. That'll change how your brain looks. Some parts might swell up, and that's why you always have headaches. It could twist up your bowels. You could develop Crohn's disease. My uncle got that from stress and worry. It can affect your breathing. It could damage your heart because you're putting so much stress and strain on it. Because when you're in an anxious state all the time, our body is wired to pump adrenaline and this substance called cortisol. And cortisol makes our body in almost like a flight or flight state, in a very stressful state all the time. So we could be laying down and feeling like we need to go run and fight or get out the way, or we could be trying to enjoy ourselves at a dinner, or we could actually be doing something and still be worried. It doesn't matter. We're always going to be worried if we get to that point. So let's not get to that point. And if we are, let's get out of it. And you can do that. Because with everything going on, there's another way. There's always another way. If there's fear, you can have faith. And they can't exist in the same thing. Fear is worrying about what's in front of you. Faith is knowing that even though you don't know exactly what's going on or what's going to happen, it's going to work out. And God is going to work it out. That's faith. You can't see it or sense it, but it's going to happen. And then when it's with anxiety, you go with submission. Instead of worrying about what's going to happen days or weeks from now, you submit your concerns, you submit your worries to God right in that moment. And they can't exist in the same brain, in the same frame at the same time. They can't do it. Because you can't be assured, and you can't be assured after you submit everything to God. And you can't be anxious about something that's going to happen. You can't do it at the same time. So submit everything to God, because He knows your heart. He knows you. He'll take care of you. And there can't be no worry. There can't be no worry without courage and prayer. You can't worry about something that you're courageous about, and you got to be courageous with your faith and with stepping out and doing what you got to do to live and to serve in the Lord's purpose. You got to live your life. You got to do what you got to do, and you can't worry about it, because those two things cannot exist. And praying helps you be more courageous. Praying helps you submit, and prayer helps you have faith. So all those things can defeat fear, anxiety, and worry like that. But it's a process. You have to do it consistently. I've done it, and I'm still continuing to do it through my day-to-day life as a 21-year-old college student that you wouldn't think would have no worries. But I don't know when an outbreak is going to happen on campus, since there's a whole bunch of people in one small area. I don't know what's going to happen when I hear a person coughing right next to me or right behind me. I don't know whether to get myself in certain social situations when I've been hurt before, or to jump into relationships when I've had pain in the past, or when I have to go somewhere and I'm not used to doing certain things. I have to get out and be courageous. I have to submit my worries and concerns, and I have to have faith that it's going to work out. Because if not, we're not going to get the job done. And God doesn't have us in positions, even though they might cause fear, anxiety at first, He never brings us to a position where we can't be pulled through. We can't get through it. Because if that was the case, He would have never brought Moses and the Israelites to the Red Sea if He knew that they couldn't get across it. And He helped them, but He brought them to that point because He knew they were going to have the faith to walk through the Red Sea once He made a way. He never brings us to situations where we can't make it. So if you're fearing right now, and if you're worrying all the time, if you're anxious about whatever, just know that you're going to get through. And that should give you the strength to have faith, to submit, and to be courageous after prayer. And know that He did not give us the spirit of fear, but He gave us the spirit of a conqueror. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. So break the shackles of fear. Let go of the chains of anxiety and cast out the weights of worry. And get through this, y'all. Because you wouldn't be here if God didn't have faith in you. So have faith in Him. Because to get through something that's outside of yourself, you're going to need an outside source to get you through it. All right, y'all. Peace.